All right, we're live. Um, Want to apologize for the wild interruption that I had on my previous video. My extender that I have for my ports decided to go haywire on its own and cut itself off on its own because it dangles, and so. Upon it dangling and hanging like a pair of saggy balls, it cut off my webcam, the mouse, the keyboard, and this is kind of like a newer computer that my husband's getting. And I was laughing in between it shutting itself off. So I was like, okay, that's pretty interesting that it did that. um, like right in the middle of me explaining my hospital visit. Um, so back to where I was explaining what had happened. I have never had an overstay visit at said hospital. I've actually gone to the hospital, been seen by the doctors, but never had it like a day or two, three in the hospital ever in my life. Um, I've had a surgery that was a day surgery, got sent home that day, but only time that I've ever stayed in the hospital for prolonged periods is when I've had my children. And that's kind of, stereotypical. When you have your children, you stay for like a day or two or three, depending on if you had a normal birth, if you ran a fever, if your kiddos are okay, whatever the case may be when you go through said pregnancy. With my first child, my oldest, I had complications. I died twice. I flatlined. I was running a very severe fever with my oldest. And so I had to stay in the hospital for about 4 days, which was interesting. Did not like it. At that time, I was just a severe chain smoker, and I was not getting cigarettes like I wanted. So I was fiending. I wanted to go home. There was a bunch of weird people up at the hospital at that time. It was 1999 at that time. So it was a very weird time, a very weird time in space at that specific era. So my son was born at a very wild time in life, and it was summer, no less, and everything was crazy. Um, and then my youngest was born in 2002, which was even more crazy because that's when we had Twin Towers and the Pentagon, attacked. So that was very crazy times. So both my kids were born at crazy times and eras, you know what I mean? So back to the hospital stay. Once they got me checked in and gave me a COVID test, and I told them they were digging in my nose with a devil's pitchfork, and I made the nurses laugh so freaking hard. They told me I should go into being a comedian, which I've even told this to my youngest son because my youngest son has got a hell of a comedic performance. He has got a hell of a funny bone. And I kept making them laugh. They go, it's hard to believe that you're going into, you know, the shutdown that you're going into, and yet you seem so normal that, all your major organs are literally shutting down, but you seem fine. It's almost like my body had sepsis, but it didn't. It's basically when you get into a severe diabetic shock, it's like your kidney shut down, your organ, like your bladder, even your heart, all your major vital organs go into what they, like I said, renal failure. And because your body gets insulin from also your pancreas. And so when your body is not operating, because diabetes, it's no joke. I'm gonna go ahead and take my hair down. It's no joke. And people think, oh, diabetes, all you gotta do is take your insulin, lose weight, do this, do that, and be careful what you eat, and blah, 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 blah. Oh no, it's not that easy, baby. Baby girl, it's not that easy. A baby boy. No, it's a whole lot of things. You have to regulate everything in your life. Your sleep, your eating, your exercising, even your sex life is affected. People don't even realize that. It actually sometimes throws off your sex life greatly because it affects your organs down there below, male and female. Sometimes you lose sensitivity with your organs. You sometimes cannot have an orgasm. Sometimes the clitoris and the G spot has no feeling. The penis has no feeling. A gentleman actually on YouTube, his name is Dane Drops. I used to watch him. He is a foodie. He goes to different fast food restaurants and reviews their food. He is a diabetic. He's actually lost feeling in his genitalia. And he said, well, I don't want to lose my wife. So, blah, blah, blah. He started, eating her out like a vulture, like Missy Elliott said, you know what I'm saying? He gets down there and takes care of his wife. And, because he's a big man, like huge, like 400, 500 pound man. And he hangs out with this dude named Big Chugs or Big Jugs. The man is sick. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm a big woman. At my biggest, I was 300 and something. I'm down almost to, I think, 200 and something now. Um, but mine, sadly, it's not because I'm a pig. I eat bad. Um, I was weighing 140, guys. Okay, 140. I was actually going back into modeling, actually. Nobody knew. A bunch of modeling agencies have been reaching out to me, even at my plus size. Okay, I've had modeling agencies reaching out to me um, because it's like I have been told I look like Lucy Lawless, like for a long time. I have modeled at my mom's college, Southwest Institute, back in 1993. I was supposed to be in Miss Teen El Paso, and that's that. I'll get to it because I don't want to get sidetracked because I was about ready to start ranting. I don't want to get sidetracked. That's my ADHD. But back onto the diabetes. What they did is because I'm educated in diabetes already because my grandmother, she got diabetes when I was 8 years old. And that's when we were in El Paso. And my grandpa was staying there being kind of like stationed, even though he was retired. We were at Fort Bliss. And my grandpa was a sergeant. He worked under General MacArthur. He was World War II vet. And I'm extremely proud of my grandparents. My grandma was in the Navy. My grandma was a parachute rigger. I had no idea how extensive that job was until my daughter's sister checked into it and told us everything parachute riggers did back in them days. I highly respect my grandma even more now. My grandma was a badass, and I had no idea that my grandma was like so cool like that. It's like my grandma was freaking rebel, and I had no idea that the things that my grandma actually did, she actually did things that she never shared with nobody. And I wish that she would have. I mean, it kind of hurts me that she never opened up about her experiences. And maybe that's why she kind of went the way she did. And it sucks because, like, hearing from basically my other daughter, um, things that my grandma did basically, it's like exciting, it's cool, it's adventurous, and it's like, man, my grandma was so cool. And then my grandma, she let her health go starting in her 60s. All she wanted to do was veg out on chips, and her favorite soda was Dr. Pepper. And she would eat Fritos and Doritos, and she liked Twinkies, like my mom. My grandpa's favorite thing was moon pies, and You know, my grandpa, weirdly enough, never got diabetes, even though later down the road, I think he kind of did because he was constantly dehydrated. And that's a sign of you being diabetic, is you're constantly dehydrated and you have constantly like cotton mouth. It's like you're stoned. You need to drink a lot, you know. And I know the feeling because I take gummies and I do it for pain. I do it for nausea. I do it for my migraines. I do it for my anxiety, my depression, my PTSD. And that's why I get so mad at people in Texas, the senators, the governors, that they don't really understand the positive effects of actual CBD and marijuana, and they need to back off because they're alcoholics and they don't understand that has more negative side effects. And if they quit tampering with the marijuana and the CBD and let them get the purest form of it and sell it to us, because it's getting taxed, they have no problem with it, and it makes more money than alcohol. So it's like, let them freaking sell it and leave them the hell alone. It's like they're making Texas a lot of fucking money. It's like, so what is your problem? They're bringing a lot of money to Texas. It's like, if you want help, go to these companies that sell marijuana, hemp, and CBD and ask them to put money back into Texas, and they actually will. If you tell them, hey, if you guys help put money into Texas and we'll leave y'all alone and help put money into y'all's community and we'll let y'all stay and we'll legalize everything that y'all are selling. Just keep putting money in, pay the taxes, and we'll back off. We'll let y'all sell everything that y'all want. Only thing that I don't want them to sell is the Hulk and that, stuff for the opioid. I took it and bad reaction. I'm telling y'all, it like gave me, it's like I already have stomach paralysis in a sense, and it almost killed my daughter and me. So do not take that crap, y'all. It is not good. I know some of y'all like getting really fucked up. Pardon my French. YouTube, quit trying to monetize words. I have it where children can, I put that children are not supposed to be here. It's a 21 and over channel. I can speak any way I want. I'm not getting paid yet, so suck my dibbles, okay? And please don't be blanking my stuff. I will get an editor eventually. My daughter helps me out. But if I'm going to cuss, it puts that I can, that adults are supposed to be here. And if adults ain't monitoring their children like they're supposed to, that's the adult's dumb fault. Okay? Not mine. I should not get punished for adults not being good parents. Okay? That's their problem. Not mine. I should not get, chastised or, get all these regulations and restrictions and all this because parents can't control their kids because they're being lazy and don't want to get off their butt and correct their kids. Okay, okay, get off my devils. Anyway, now what happened to me? I eat healthy. I like my vegetables, I like my fruits. I eat mostly Chinese food like sushi, miso, hot and sour soup. Now, I do eat fast food. I'm going to admit, I do like my cheeseburgers. I do like my Mexican food. I love my Mexican food, like enchiladas, tacos. I like my burritos. And I like Korean food. I like Japanese food. Um, I mean, there's so much stuff that I like. I love hot pot. Um, Barbecue, I love my brisket, but when I eat brisket, it is lean. I do not like fat. Fat makes me sick. It gags me. It has always gagged me. Like back when I was a kid, I never ate Brussels sprouts. I eat Brussels sprouts like a mofo now. I used to hate spinach. I love spinach now. Like spinach is my best friend. You give me creamy spinach. Oh, hell yeah, baby. And like once I get my teeth done, I'm gonna be so happy because I'm gonna be tearing up some cauliflower that's raw because I have to eat everything almost steamed now, but that's fine because even though steaming it takes out a lot of nutrition, but I try not to get it so steamed so I get my nutrition values with my vegetables. But sometimes I have to so I can be able to chew up the food. That's the only sucky thing. But once they hospitalized me, they started telling me basically it's genetic. I couldn't have fought it even if I wanted to, even if I stayed 100% healthy. My pancreas would have failed me anyway, because it's like it was on my dad's side of the family, it was on my mom's side of the family, and it's like stacked against me no matter what I do. And it's like it was on his mom's side of the family, his dad's side of the family, my grandpa's side of the family, I think, has it. My grandma's side of the family has it from my mom. So it's like it's so bad. And then there's the cancers. There's, so much. Like, I already have endometriosis. I'm going to be getting checked for lupus. Like, I put like foundation. Like, normally y'all can see the butterfly wings on my face. So I'm going to be getting checked for lupus. And I have body aches constantly, like my bones hurt, like fibromyalgia. I already have arthritis. I've had it since I was a kid. Um, the Charlie horses, the muscle pains, and all that. But back to the diabetes day. Um, I was highly dehydrated. Like, I couldn't get enough to drink, so they hooked me up to an IV. They gave me tons of antibiotics, because it's like I was, weirdly enough, being diabetic, but it's like I had a weird sickness attacking me too, like a bacteria in my body, like a foreign bacteria. And it was not COVID, because at the time it was around COVID time, right then and there, because everybody was walking around with like, they look like something out of a pandemic like movie. It was a pandemic, yes, but it looked like quarantine movie. If y'all seen it, you know what I mean. And so when they came in my room, they were taking off all their stuff. I'm sitting there like, because they scared the hell out of me. Because I'm just waking up and seeing this, and I'm just like, I forget that I'm at the hospital, I'm sick, and they're taking care of me, and I'm just like, what the? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm diabetic, and they're trying to help me, and I'm sick. I'm like, yeah. And the bad thing is, my family couldn't come see me. Like, my kids couldn't come see me. My husband couldn't see me. My daughter couldn't come see me. My mom couldn't come see me. No one couldn't come see me. They basically, because of COVID, I basically had to stay alone. And at that time, I had sleep apnea. So it's like they literally had to give my machine to a nurse, and the nurse had to bring it to me, because I had this like tall machine that stood this tall, loud as thick, and it was not working like it should had. And my sleep apnea has, I don't know if it's improved or disimproved, or it's just like I don't care, because my machine is, I need to get another machine. I need to get another sleep study done so I can get a better machine, because the one I have is what they consider a, hey baby.
Hi.
They consider the one that I have a callback, because of the components in it are not working correctly, but I still use it. It's not blowing like it should. It's not working like it should. And on top of it, the company I got it from, they were ripping me off. Was sending them money, and they were acting like I wasn't. They weren't sending me my mask. They weren't sending me like all my equipment, like my filters, all like my hoses and everything. So I'm ordering stuff like little bits at a time to use that I ran out of, and I'm paying it out of pocket, which I shouldn't have to do because I have insurance, and it pisses me off. And I'm like, I shouldn't have to do this. It's something that my insurance should be covering for me, but these people screwed me, and the hospital should be helping me. But it's like, this hospital is so screwy. It's like anytime that I want to get something done, it's like I have to come in and see them all the time. So they basically have a system of, oh, we want to get paid all the time, and it's like, it shouldn't be that way. It's like, I just want a prescription, and y'all seen me. So it's like, and you could do a video visit. You should not have to physically see me. It's like, you physically see me on the video, so it should not have to be an in-person visit, because I literally am a hermit. I do not like being out around people anymore since COVID. And pretty much I would love a lockdown again, because people are so damn rude. They for one do not realize how fortunate they are to have jobs, and they take advantage of the jobs they have. Like, they seriously stand around not doing nothing, getting paid to stand around, and people do not fire these lazy fucks. If this was me back when I was working, I would have gotten fired for riding the clock and not doing nothing. They do this at my son's job, they do this at my husband's job, and I'm like, can y'all hire me to be a manager just to sit on my ass and fire people? I will seriously get these places up and running, like, clean as a whistle. Because I was raised that you work hard and you make a good paycheck, and I worked hard. That's why I'm injured the way that I am.
Mom,
Yes, ma'am.
my belly button's leaking.
How?
I got no idea, but it's brown from the incision side.
Message the doctor.
Okay.
Let them know and
You,
tell them you've been lifting the kitties and they've been a little heavy,
okay.
and ask them if that's okay and go from there.
Okay. So it's like suddenly it just like started leaking. I'm like, I touched it and it was
Okay. Okay. Just ask him and see what he says.
okay.
Okay. Ugh. Um, so that was just a little rant about people taking advantage of jobs, because it also deals with the hospital, because they seriously take advantage of jobs there too. And I get tired of it. Now, at the hospital, um, they did fill me in on a lot of stuff. They had told me, I was really upset finding out I was diabetic, because I know this is a death sentence, because I know that eventually my memory is going to be eaten away by dementia, and I'm fearful of it, because I know eventually it's going to sneak up on me. Everybody that has diabetes gets it. It's inevitable. Inevitable. And that's why I told my kids, because I do have heart problems. And I told my husband, if anything comes up dealing with my heart, I am never having heart surgery. I'm not having stents. I'm not having open heart surgery. I am just going to have them give me nitro or heart medicine or whatever, but they are not cutting me open. Every person I've seen cut open that has diabetes has been thrown into early dementia. They are not the same, and they have had more problems than they did before they had heart surgery. It's like, because they flatline your brain. You're dead. You're basically a freaking zombie. Quite seriously. And I'm not okay with that. It's like, you're dead when they're operating on you, and then they bring you back to life. That is like seriously playing God. And I have, hey, and I have an ultimate problem with that, because they did that to my mom. They did that to a very near dear friend to my husband and me. They did that to another friend of mine in another state. She's very dear to me, and they all have complications. Like my mom, she tries to play with me, and I know she has dementia. I know she has Alzheimer's, and she, she has gone through menopause since she was 38 years old. I am the one that had told her she had menopause. I told her to take estrogen, because she literally was hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, mood swing, mood swing, mood swing. I mean, she was up and down, up and down, up and down. And she was on Xanax at that time because the man she was with, that asshole that gave me PTSD and did all the bad things to my kids, including me, he was driving her mad. And I'm like, maybe you should be honest about why you got with him and get rid of him, and maybe you wouldn't be drove mad. But she never admits it, and it's going to be the thing that puts her in her grave because she still will never admit it, and I know it's true. It's like, I don't really care. I know it's real, and if you want to sit there and lie to yourself until the day you die, go ahead. It's going to be the thing that's going to be your unfinished business, and it's going to be the thing that kills her. Because it's like she knows if she admits it, it makes her a really bad person. And it's like, what? So be it. Boo hoo. At least he's out of your life now. Just admit it and forgive yourself and move the fuck on. Boohoo.com. Okay? But she's trying to tell me that her Alzheimer's and dementia is her menopause. I'm like, no, honey, that's not how that works. I'm like, sitting here calling the cops on us saying that we stole your Christmas decoration is not menopause. Standing over your grandson with a knife, looking at him like you want to stab him is not menopause. Sitting there swearing up and down that you're hearing things that we're not even saying, and threatening us, that's not menopause. Acting like a crazy person is not menopause. That is dementia and Alzheimer's. Okay, it's also part of sundowners. That's what my grandma did. I mean, it's spitting image of my grandma. Spitting damn image of my grandma. And it's like, I know she didn't want to turn out like my grandma, but it's like I told her my grandma would haunt her because of what she did to my grandma. I told her, make amends with her. I did. It didn't take much. I put my grandma in her place. I was like, Grandma, I love you. I'm a witch. And you know what? I don't care if you like it. You literally pushed me where I'm at. I went and educated myself in every freaking religion that there is and every spirituality that there is. And I found out the God that you believe in isn't real and doesn't exist. Man created him to control all you idiots. Because y'all are warped. Y'all are literally in a mind brainwashed cult. Because it's like y'all literally have to be told what to do because y'all can't think for yourselves. It's like, it's like you quite literally need to have something to hold on to because you have done so much bad in your life that you have to have a positive answer that there's something in, in the afterlife for you. So that when you go to sleep at night and close your eyes, that if you die when you're sleeping, that everything's going to be all right. No, for people like that, it was never all right because she was scared to die. And I even told her, so why are you scared to die, Grandma? God ain't real, huh? I said, see, I told you so. I even told her that on her dying deathbed. I said, I told you your God wasn't real. I said, where is he now? I looked in the face of the biggest Christian bigot there was, my grandma. And I told her, I was like, I told you your God didn't exist. I said, is he here now? No. I said, he never was. I said, you literally abused, manipulated, assaulted, sexually assaulted on top of it, and did horrible things to your family, warped your family in the name of something that never was real and scarred them and pushed them to all sides of the earth. And then on top of that, made them be screwed up like you for absolutely nothing. And all your husband wanted was a family that could be a family, and you ruined it because that's what he wanted. And you made damn sure he didn't have what he wanted. I was like, It's pretty bad that you ruined what your husband wanted because you literally hated your husband. Because you wanted to be with the love of your life that was a murdering bastard, Grandma. I said, that's sick. I said, for you, I'd be scared to die too. Because I said, you know exactly where you're going to go. I was like, for your sake, I hope Grandpa ain't on the other side waiting for you. I said, you're going to get the swift axe kicking that you deserve before you go to hell. And I did tell her that. Because my grandpa actually hauled off and slapped the fuck out of her for her calling him a son of a bitch. My grandpa did not play with that woman. And she knew not to mess with him. I love that man. He was honorable. He was respectful. He was one of the best teachers I had ever had. Like I said, I will always respect that man. There is nothing in this world will ever make me not respect him or love him the way that I do. And my aunt, my oldest aunt, that literally has ruined everything in my life, tried to put him down. And I'm like, go ahead. There's nothing you can say that can ruin that man's reputation. Not a damn thing. Try it. I was like, the man you're with is about as bad as the man that my mom was with. Actually, they could have been brothers. Like, damn near. Identical. That's why I told her she didn't like him, because her man was like the man my mom was with. I was like, yeah, it's pretty bad. You women have the same taste. It's pretty bad. But back to what I was. And at the hospital, it was very depressing. Being in a room by yourself and being very sick and them constantly telling you that you could die, it is very depressing, especially when you can't see your family, and your family is literally your lifeline. And my family is my lifeline. They're the most important thing because I seriously have nobody else here because I've cut off everybody that was in my life here. And people are like, why did you do that? I didn't need nobody because everybody that I knew that was around here was pretty much pretty fake. I mean, no one really wanted to hang out. They said they did, but they didn't. And like, it had to be things they wanted to do, or we ended up having to spend our money and they didn't want to pitch in, or we got ditched, or I would try to talk to somebody and they would never talk back. Like, I'd be like, hey, you want to go to a movie and hang out, girl time. Like, I thought was my friend named Jennifer, but evidently she still stuck up Amanda's ass. And she went crying to my husband about me unfriending her. And my thing is, I'm going to tell y'all, I'm actually going to rant. This is my thing with people, and people always say I'm negative. Okay. I rant. Okay. I don't get to talk to my therapist right now because I don't have a therapist. Ranting is good. Okay. Am I negative? No. I'm honest. I don't believe in holding anything back and being fake or pretentious because I feel it's unhealthy for the soul. My thing, like with Amanda, 20 something years of my life, y'all. 20 something years. Thought she was my best friend. My kids were her gods. My sons were her godsons. I was a godmother to her kids. Okay. I loved her dearly. I would have took a bullet for her, just like I would for my husband's, just like my husband, like I would for my kids. I would do the same thing for her children. I have tried to protect this wench at every turn that I could. I have given her food, money, clothes. She's taken money from babysitting jobs from me. I have literally bought her clothes. I've given her money. I've spent money on this bitch. Okay. When I rant, it's because it's out of pain. It's out of the years that I've lost out of my life that I could have dedicated to something better. I could have put it into art. I could have put it into my writing. I could have put it into rediscovering who I am. I could have put it into modeling. I could have put it into maybe moving out of Texas and getting away from my mom and the jerk. And, I still I would have had Adrian anyway. Okay. But thing is, I could have done something better with my life than wasting it on her, giving all my time to her. Because anytime that I tried to have other friends, she was such a jealous skank. She would chase off, I mean, the people that she chased off, I'm grateful, okay? Because they weren't good for me. They were bad for my spirit, they were bad for my energy, they were bad for my vibe. I appreciate she did that. The fact of the matter is, it's like, dude, if I want to have other friends, I should be allowed to have that. Because when I try to do it to her, she wouldn't listen. She didn't give a fuck. She didn't care that they were bad. She didn't care that they were using her. She didn't care that, oh, they were going to break her up with someone. Like, she knew another Tabitha. And this girl was raunchy, nasty, like fat, fat. Went by Lips of an Angel on Fubar, MySpace, everything. Okay? And this bitch literally ruined her relationship, which was a good thing, but literally did everything she could to get in between her and the kid's sperm donor. And then on top of it, Amanda would be trying to do other things, and this bitch would interfere. She would be stalking her, and I'm like, girl, you just need to distance yourself from this drama. That's another thing. It's like there was so much drama, and the thing is, it was all that was negativity I didn't need in my life. That was negative, and I distance myself from my family too. If you guys hear me talking about them, that's negative. And the thing is, when I'm telling y'all about it, I'm sharing my experiences with y'all to educate y'all. So if y'all have anything like this happening to you guys in your lives, you're going to see that maybe it's not good for y'all to be in situations like that. And maybe y'all could break away from a situation at a sooner time instead of enduring it as long as someone like myself did. So I'm sharing things I went through so y'all don't have to go maybe as long as I did. Like with my family, I had to go through it for almost 30 something years, guys. Someone should not have to suffer through that because someone's telling them they're your family. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to love them. You're supposed to suffer through it because you're not supposed to turn your back on family. And, like I'm Dominic Toretto literally. And I'm just like, because you hear family, 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 family. And I'm just like, fuck, why do I got to be the good guy all the time? It's like I'm the black sheep of the goddamn family. And it's like there's no shame in distancing yourself away from negative, toxic, bad energy. And that's why I share these experiences with you guys and I vent and I get it off my chest so y'all can hear some of these things. And your guys are going to be like, damn. But y'all see, I survived. And it gave me experiences so I could share with my children. So if they go through something like that, they could see, hey, mom survived. But I don't need to go through it either because mom went through a lot of crap and she's got a lot of scars. And man, I don't want those kind of scars. But the thing is, it's like, I'm not being negative. It pissed me off. Fuck yeah. But if I was being negative about it, it would hold me back. I would be seriously in a rut. I'd be like moping around, letting him be all. I live my life. I enjoy my life. I have a good time with my kids. I joke around. I make memories. I travel. I take pictures. I play with makeup. I get goofy. I read tarot cards and oracle cards. I have hobbies and stuff. I collect movies. I collect books. I mean, I do. I'm gonna start getting back into doing my reviews, because I'm gonna start, getting back to the doctor. Hopefully, they could help me out more because I'm gonna be going to a different doctor than Scott and White. So that is being negative. Is having something hold you back and hold you prisoner, and you harping like all the time. I don't. But I talk about it once in a blue moon. So when I feel that maybe someone's going through it, or it's like I feel that itch that you need to talk about it. And I get that feel in the universe that I need to share it. And that's when I do. Like the whole hospital incident, maybe someone's going through a diabetic incident that maybe they need some education about it. And I was like, maybe I need to share it. So I'm sharing it because I don't know if I ever did. But I'll get back to the whole thing about Amanda because I also want to talk about Dion. Um, but with the medicine they were giving me, because they were constantly giving me the antibiotic, and they were also giving me IV. They put me on Ozempic, like I told y'all. They also put me on metformin, which metformin is a regular, typical um, diabetic medicine. They put me on 500 milligrams to start, and then they bumped me up to 1,000. They also put me on astrabantin, which is a cholesterol slash heart medicine. So it's to help with my heart, which does not bother me. Like I said, I would rather be on medications, not a whole shitload. If I could be on one medication that knocks out like 4 or 5 things instead of 8 to 10 pills, because my grandma had to take like six. Well, my grandma was a pill popper, but I would rather take like one pill to alleviate like 6 to 7 things at once, and it's like an amazing like power pill, and I feel great. I would rather do that with like not my bunghole falling out of my butt, you know what I'm saying? I like my anus where it is because I've had anal problems, like I'm not trying to be gross, but hemorrhoids are not fun. You get those women when you get pregnant, and I had surgery and it sucked. That is the most painful surgery that you have to recover from, and I feel bad for. I, Sometimes I wish shit on my worst enemies. So I know I said I wouldn't wish shit on my worst enemies, but sometimes I do. So it's like I know it's kind of fucked up with me, but it's like, hey, it is what it is. But dang it, why does this fucking? I'm gonna use another freaking thing, because that one sucks. I'm gonna have to use another mouse because this one just liked dying on me. I put it on the right. Aha. Oh, finally, we're working. I like it when a mouse is touchy. It's like, eh. Anywho, now, my arm, it blew up because they weren't checking if my vein was okay. My vein got blocked because they had been putting so much in it that my vein was wanting to burst. So they had to swap it out. But I even had asked them at that point because I had been in the hospital for already officially a week. And they're like, well, we're thinking about keeping you in the hospital for another week. And I'm like, I can't be in the hospital for another week. And they're like, why? And I'm like, well, I'm kind of already going stir crazy. I miss my family. I said, I'm already in here crying. And I'm like, I want to see my kids. And I want to go see my husband. I want to go see my pets. And I said, most importantly, I want to go see my daughter too. And I'm like, I'm going crazy. I was like, I want to go home. And I'm like, this is hard on me already. I said, finding out I'm diabetic, I said, it's a coffin nail. And I'm like, finding out that I have all these issues. And then I found out I have stage 2 kidney failure, and it could go stage 3 quick. And I don't know if it has or hasn't, because I have been having a lot of issues lately with being sick and not feeling so great. So I've been having a lot of complications there. So I Don't know what's going on. They might need to do a dialysis on me and see how I'm doing. Run some labs. But yeah, they did allow me to check out finally. They actually had put, I don't know how many liters, I think liters. I'm not sure if that's right. Milliliters, I don't know. But they were huge bags like this, like that big, I think, of antibiotics, like two bags, maybe three. And then, like, they had it like in, I had two, three different bags. It was antibiotic, regular IV, and something else. And they said that if I didn't start leveling out, that they were worried that I was going to need a transfusion. And I was like, transfusion? When they mentioned transfusion, that is even scarier because my daughters had to get transfusions, and that was due to the fibroid. So they mentioned that to me when I went into having the failure, and that was kind of kooky spooky to house. So I was like, whew, wasn't great. So I kind of got creeped out on that. So I was kind of glad they let me leave. They told me if I started feeling worse because my fever did break finally, and they checked me and it seemed like all the bacteria had got out of my system, which they could not identify what type of bacteria it still was. So I had an unknown foreign bacteria in my system that they could not identify, which that was scary as well. On top of, having going into renal failure and having stage 2 kidney failure and being diabetic, which when you become diabetic, your kidneys start failing anyway. That's also like neck and neck part of it. It's like you get kidney problems, the dementia, sometimes the heart problem comes in. If you don't already have heart problems, another problem that comes in sometimes is your bladder does seem to act up sometimes. Um, Depending, um, if I don't know if it's because of the shot, but I think it's more because of the shot. You get stomach issues, which I have gotten stomach issues, I can rest assured and say, because I think because of the shot. Um, I already had a little bit of stomach issues previously because it's like, I mean, I was fine before I had my oldest, but after I had him, I started getting stomach issues. And then after I had my youngest, my stomach, it wasn't right. It's like something happened with my stomach. It started doing its own thing and it started acting weird. So it's like trying to put rhyme to reason with my stomach. It's just like whatever. And the thing that's even more scarier for me is because my grandma did get colon cancer, and that does go up to your intestines. So getting checked for something like that isn't fun because you have to get an upper and lower GI, and it's pretty invasive. And I don't like the idea of doing it because they blow your stomach up like with air, and then you got to sit there and fart it out. Like it feels like you got to shit. And my dumbass will probably end up shitting because I have stomach issues, and these dumbasses don't know this. And I will be the one to admit it because I am honest. And because none of them realize, everyone's told me it feels like you gotta poo, but it'll just be gas. And I'm like, y'all don't have stomach issues like I do, baby. I'm like, I have stomach issues. Y'all don't. Y'all are peachy keen. I'm not. It's like, man, it's like I used to not be this way, back in the day, but now my stomach's like, bitch, I don't like you. I'm divorcing you, and I'm gonna make you suffer until we are divorced. And I'm like, Why? I didn't do nothing to you that you didn't ask for. It's like when it couldn't hang, I had to do necessary things to get it to work properly at times. It's like, dude, you're gonna work or I'm gonna make you work. So you're supposed to be breaking down the food right now, and if you're not, then I'm gonna help you along the way, bruh. Um, Now back to dumb twats or us. Um, Reason why I get so frustrated. If I hadn't spent so much time on specific individuals, it would be one thing. When you invest so much time and energy into friendships, it gets bothersome. And it's not that I'm hung up or that I'm negative or that I am obsessed or that I have some serious whatever. It's that one person I've spent 20 something years, there's money involved, there was debt involved, there was lying, there's so much and promises that were broke. And it's like, I left this person alone. They came back fishing for me. And it's like, why did you even bother me? I was fine, fine. You could have left me alone. And it's like, supposedly, they reached out to do this 12-step shit. When I asked this person, can we still be friends? And they were acting like, we were all buddy buddy, chummy chummy. They could have been like, you know what? No, I just wanted to reach out, apologize for my 12-step thing. And that was it. She could have been honest. She could have been whatever. And just like a typical lying little bitch that she is, every turnaround that I tried to get down to see her or visit her, she came up with every fucking itty bitty fucking damn excuse that she could come up with. It's like, I knew something was up. She was lying about something. I don't know what her fucking problem was. And it's like, dude, if you're so fucking chill, you're so fucking amazing, you're so fucking awesome, what the fuck are you hiding from me? It's like, I don't give a fuck if you're a prostitute. I don't give a fuck if you're like 500 pounds. I don't give a fuck what the issue is. She knows I don't judge. Only time I judge is when someone lies to me, betrays me, acts a fucking fool without a fucking reason. And it's like, then I start talking shit because I get fed up. Because I'm honest and I will talk this shit right to their fucking face too. Because I'm not shady. I may be a lady, but I ain't a shady lady. If I got a fucking problem, I'll say all this shit to your face and not give two motherfucking shits. Now, Dion, that was about 8 years. And I helped this bitch keep getting fucking employment. And I would vouch for her. She stole shit out of my motherfucking house. On top of loaned her money, let her use my fucking garage. She put fucking roaches in my house on top of rats. And I'm like, and I got yelled at for this shit from the people where I lived. And I'm like, dude, I can't sit here and be like, yeah, I let somebody put their shit in my fucking garage and they were just nasty motherfuckers that never cleaned their fucking house. And she was just so raunchy and she had rats and she had fucking cockroaches and roaches and water bugs and she just brought all this shit and she didn't have the fucking decency to clean it out of her fucking shit before she put it in my goddamn garage. It pissed me off. And then she had the gall to bring over 20 plus cats to my house. I told her, yeah, you can bring them over. I'll let them be here for a few hours. I thought it was just a few. I didn't think it was 20 plus goddamn cats. These motherfuckers were tearing up my bathroom. They tore up my fucking house. They broke expensive shit I had. She didn't even fucking replace the shit they broke. Yeah, it's not that I'm being negative. It's that if I would have done this shit in her fucking house, oh, I would have been yelled at. I would have gotten chewed out. She probably would have tried to put her hands on me. And it's like, I have respect to the highest degree because love you too, baby. Um, I have respect to the highest degree because how my grandpa raised me, and I behave accordingly because my grandpa raised me to be a certain way and to behave a certain way. Now I get crazy, I speak bold, I speak brass, and yeah, I have southern in me, but I don't mess around. You know, it's like you get what you get with me, and I had a friend that was a mutual friend of Amanda that I made through her, coming that I'm switching from Amanda to Dion. His name was James. This is why I'm bringing up the whole negative part. And he didn't understand that I struggle with depression, being a goddamn asshole that he was. And he deleted me off Facebook. And he was a friend of mine. And it's like, it's not the fact that the deletion bothered me. It's more like he stopped being my friend that bothered me. Because I was wanting to go take professional pictures of him and his, LARPing group that was here where we live, and kind of put my name out there maybe as a photographer to kind of get, me started. And it's like, on top of it, I thought he was really fucking cool. So it's kind of like a Viking friend that I have, and I do have Viking in my blood. And I went and talked to him. I said, why ain't we being friends no more? And he's like, because you're so fucking negative. I'm like, how the fuck am I being negative? He goes, because of all the stuff you post. I'm like, because I struggle with depression, I'm being negative. I have PTSD, and I'm just sharing random stuff that's not really depressing. It's like, I think he was just doing it because he had a crush on Amanda. And the girl he's with she looks almost like Amanda, she acts like Amanda. And if his wife knew that's the only reason why he's with her, I'm pretty sure she'd kick his ass and dump him. He's not with her because he loves her. He's with her because she's like Amanda Jr. It's fucking sick. Careful, baby. And it makes me mad because these people are so petty and so pathetic and so fucking just, they make me fucking laugh. It's like, dude, you're with somebody not because you love them out of their uniqueness, out of their genuine spirit and their genuine essence. You're with this person because they remind you of a crush you have that you couldn't get because she hates you because you're white. She wants to be with someone that is dark skinned because Amanda had to copy me because me, I didn't date white people. And I know y'all are going to be like, it's kind of fucked up. No, I don't date colonizers. Okay? Because I have Native American in me. I have Cherokee, I have Blackfoot, and I also have Creed. Okay? I have problem with white people. They colonized my DNA and they colonized my land. I have a problem with white folks. So I wanted to get with someone that had Native American descent, and that's what I did. I got with my husband, whom has Native American and Hispanic descent, and he's fine, and he's a gentleman, and he's like literally everything we match. And that's why, we were two peas in the pod. We headbutt like a mofo, and sometimes I'm just like, I'm gonna divorce him. Then when I get pissed, but that's just me being me. Because I mean, I'm a Scorpio and I have a temper, and he's a Pisces. But that's why we click, because we're both water signs. But Pisces embody all 12 of the signs. But me, I'm just passionate, mysterious. I'm adventurous. I'm I'm loyal as hell. And that's why I knew that I was going to be good with him, because that's why I pushed myself when I was telling y'all I wanted to see if I could cheat on him, because if I couldn't, I knew he was the one, because I was a player and I had cheated on everybody else I was with. Like, it was nothing. So if I could actually do something, like, go towards someone like it was nothing, then I was like, he's not the one. And I had already been with him for a long time. So when I was trying to go for this person and they were, decent, good looking, I couldn't do nothing. The thought of it was making me physically ill. I mean, I was wanting to puke. And I literally wanted to hit the person. So I was like, yeah, I knew he was the one then. And I know y'all are going to be like, that's something stupid. But no, I needed to prove it to myself. And because everyone, at times questioned me about my choice, because it was within a year that we dated. We were engaged and then we got married the following year. And I was pregnant with my son and my youngest son. And I'm like, people get married within less time sometimes. They get married within 6 months, they get married in 3 months of knowing each other. I was like, we knew each other for a year. And I'm like, we've been together now for 23 years and married for 22. So, no, actually, we will be together for 23 years, actually, I think. No? Yeah, I'll have to look. I get mixed up. See, that's the problem about being diabetic. In my memory on years now, I'm struggling with, and I don't like that, because normally years are something I'm good with, and I am struggling with my years, and that does piss me off. I hate it. Um, but the thing I'm trying to tell y'all, like dealing with relationships, it's not that I'm toxic or I'm negative or anything. I'm trying to tell y'all that if you spend a lot of time on someone and if you're upset about it, it's like I am letting go of it. It's just the point of once in a while I do think about it, because it's just like I get angry at myself, because I was it's like I did know in a sense, but it's like you foolishly want to hold on and hope that maybe you're wrong, because it's like you invest so much, and then you're like, I don't want to be wrong, because there is so much invested in this. There's time, there's effort, there's memories, there's laughter, there's tears. I mean, there's so much invested that you don't want to lose all that and be wrong, because then you're a fool, because you thought this person was a good person, that was a loyal friend, and that they weren't going to harm you, or a partner or whatever. And then they stick this not even sharp dagger. Sometimes it's dull. That's the worst part. They don't even have the decency to get a sharp knife to stab you with. Sometimes it's the dullest fucking knife they find to stab you with in the back, because they want it to hurt more. That's the bad part. They don't even have the decency to make it quick. And then they have the worst part to sit there and laugh at you about it, because they really want to hurt you. It's more that it's a sadness and a mad part about it. And it's like you want to sit there and be able to kick yourself in the ass, because you're like, I should have known better. I have a gift. I was doing readings on myself, and it was warning me about snakes, about people betraying me, that I needed to watch my back. I thought it was everybody I was kicking out of my life at the time. I didn't know it was talking about, this person, that person, and y'all can't read. y'all's own tarot and oracle. Y'all could, but it's not necessary it's going to be accurate. But if y'all do it right and practice, it could be. I'm not saying it can't be. Y'all may be able to. I'm not saying it may not. I'm saying it possibly could. Y'all could be very well good readers. Could be possible. I'm not knocking it. Y'all could try. Or you could just go with your intuition and your gut and just look at the signs around you. You know, because some people just walk around blindly like I was and just are hopeful that maybe, just maybe. I mean, because everybody was like, some people were just, yeah, y'all are good friends. And then other people are like, why are you friends with this person? This person is so fucking annoying. They're loud, they're agitating, they're obnoxious. I mean, most people thought she was obnoxious and annoying. So her having so many friends is just shocking to me because she was so hated. And I'm like, how is she so well liked? I don't understand. I mean, her pretending to be me is probably because she used to copy me all the time. So that's probably not far fetched. Um, but um, I forgot what I was going to say again. Motherfucker. Um, yeah, because she used to say I was her hero, which it felt good having someone say that, but I used to beg her for me not to be her hero. Because I used to tell her I didn't want someone looking up to me because I told her I wasn't a good person to look up to. So I told her I didn't have my affairs in order. And she's like, what are you talking about, Tabby? I'm like, dude, I said, I'm the worst person to look up to. I said, you know, I make worse decisions. I was like, I at that time I seriously did abuse guys because I was abused by guys. So I was like, I'm gonna be a guy abuser, which I had fun doing it, and it felt great because men abuse women so bad, and there's men that really do abuse women really bad. That I really wish that I could get some shit off my chest about it, but I'm gonna leave it alone. But they'll get their karma. You know, they'll catch their comeuppings. So it is what it is. You know, people get their karma in the long run, and I know they do. It's just it sucks, and it's just it's miserable. But then again, knowing that they're gonna get their karma feels great, and it's just the waiting. But also the problem is I could have, you know, like I said, I could have had so much better of a life experience and a life expectancy, and I could have had it probably filled with better people if I didn't have her around, or even Renee or Dion, I should say. Um, when you have someone like that in your life, people necessarily don't want to come around you because it's like they suck all the fun out of the room, you know? And I mean, people literally come up to me when I'm out in public and just start talking to me. I mean, I literally light up a room still. And I'm not trying. It's just me being me. And my husband finds it absolutely adorable and funny and he loves it. And I actually cheer people up without even trying. Just me being me. I mean, I go wearing my Monkster slippers and I'm just walking around just being goofy. And people are just like, oh my God, you're so adorable. I love you. And I'm like, hey, just me being me. And I just don't care, you know, because I know people have enough of monotony in life. And it's just like, I know someone in the world needs to have a good laugh or a smile. And that's why I'm just like, I don't understand why people say I'm freaking negative. I'm like, you need to suck a dick because I'm the least negative person in the world. It's just I have a lot to get off my chest because I've been through a lot. And it's like when I'm sharing my experiences with people so they don't have to go through what I did because it's not fair. It's not fun. And yeah, getting that education sometimes helps. But then again, if someone can save you from that experience, so maybe you don't get the trauma and you don't get the PTSD and you don't get the anxiety and you don't get the depression, and it may save your life. And a lot of people don't sit there and think about that in the long term. I think about that in the longevity that if I can save a person's life, that's reward enough for me. That maybe me making crazy videos like this and explaining things that I went through and like my health journey and then things I went through with relationships and then, then my crazier videos like my makeup, my unboxings, my readings or whatever have you. Entertainment and what it is. And it'll bring someone joy somehow. And that's all I'm trying to do. And that's why I'm just like, whatever. But I do hope this does help someone. And if it does help you, you're welcome. You don't have to thank me because I know sometimes it's embarrassing to have something like this happen. And it's hard to share with the world that, I had someone do this to me. That you don't have to come out and thank me. It's fine. Um, you don't have to subscribe either. But if anybody wants to, I appreciate it. It does help. Liking the video is awesome too. I do appreciate it if you did enjoy it. And I am hopefully going to upload again because I'm going to be watching a movie. I did get the new I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'm going to be watching it with the kiddos. Um, I do have a whole bunch of movies to review. So if y'all have any suggestions on movies you would like me to review, y'all know horror movies is my bread and butter. Um, Sci-fi is somewhat fantasy, okay. Thriller, I will get down on. Action and adventure depends. I definitely want to review The Beauty. I will not give spoilers, but I'm not going to do it right now because this is strictly what I was telling y'all about. But if y'all have suggestions on anything y'all want me to review on TV shows, movies, or whichever, I will. I will tell y'all right now, Pose is definitely worth watching if you haven't watched it. Oh my god. Uh, that show, I have not cried so much in my life. It is so good. Pray Tell, I love Pray Tell. I mean, there's so many characters I love. I'm telling y'all, it teaches a lot. Yes, it is a gay show. It's about trans people. It is very opening. It's very well worth watching. It's educational. Um, it's about basically uh, burning in Paris. I do have that movie too. I still have to watch that with my daughter. Um, and it was so well done, very tasteful. And I will not give 100% spoilers because if you have not seen it, I know what it's like when people give spoilers 100%. They tell you everything it's about, and it's like, what is the point of even watching the damn show? Girl, tell me about it, mama. It's like, dude, just tell me if it was a good show. Tell me if it was worth watching. Give me a little snippet. That's all I freaking need, baby. It's like, damn, Gina. It's like, shit. But yes, my babies, my ghouls and my goblins and my babies, it was worth watching. I mean, like, I think I've already told y'all, it is fabulous. It's got 3 seasons. Have some tissues, have some ice cream, have some popcorn, have some chocolates. Like I said, definitely have them tissues because you're going to cry. Oh my God. And let me tell you, you're going to love the cast. It is an amazing, Amazing cast. They need to cast these babies in some more shows. I'm telling you. I mean, they even have Evan Peters in it. So Evan, if you know Evan's in it, it is good. I love Evan, my American Horror Story baby. I love him. He's amazing. He always does amazing work. He was also in The Beauty. He's been in almost everything from American Horror Story. I'm surprised they didn't have him in Grotesquerie. But Grotesquerie, that's another one. If y'all have not seen it, Grotesquerie, you have to watch it. Y'all cannot be talking. Y'all cannot be doing anything. You have to be invested. When I say invested, babies, I mean invested. Grotesquerie is one of those that murder syndicate, thriller, action, horror, suspense. And it is good. It's got homegirl from I can't remember her name, but she played on she was the one from shit. Y'all see her, y'all will remember her if y'all seen the other show. The cast from the ones from American Horror Story did it too. It had Ariana Grande. It had shoot, Eric Roberts' daughter. Scream Queens. She was on Scream Queens. Niecy. I think that's her name, Niecy. I love her. She cracks me up. But in this role, she played serious. She did fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, they had Homeboy from football on there. Taylor's man. He's a good actor. I did not even know Homeboy could act so well. Oh my God, can he act? He did an amazing job on Grotesquerie. If y'all have not seen it, y'all have to give that one a shot. I'm telling you. But like I said, be invested. Make sure you watch it. You have to watch it close. Like I said, you cannot look away. You have to pay attention. You have to listen closely because if you miss a second of it, you're going to be so lost. You're going to be like, what the is going on? But yeah, if there's anything else y'all want me to review, I will definitely review. Um, I will not give y'all 110 spoilers. I'll give you little snippets. I'll tell you who's in it. I'll give you a little synopsis. I'll read you a little whatever about it. I'll give you my opinion on it. And if y'all know my taste, and if y'all have seen anything that I have told y'all about, and if y'all agree with me, then y'all will know that if y'all like my taste and we have similars, then y'all are like, yeah, work, bitch, work. So, yeah, it's worthy. So, movies, TV shows, even music. I will review some music for y'all. I could give you spoilers on music. Music ain't no big deal. I will review music. I do not listen to Kid Rock. He can go to hell. Country music, I am very selective. So don't ask about country. Jazz, I will listen to. Reggae, I will listen to. Latino music, I will listen to. Rap music, I will listen to. Emo music, I will listen to. I will listen to dubstep. I will listen to electronic. I will listen to industrial. I will listen to goth. I will listen to new wave. I will listen to rock. I will listen to heavy metal. I will listen to black metal. I mean, pretty much anything I will listen to. Classical. Um, but if it gets too out there, then I won't. Because if it's something that may give me a migraine, depending, I won't listen to it. So that's where I draw the line. um, like I do have my limitations because my house is haunted. So I am trying to get the ghost I'm trying to keep the ghost calm. until we leave. Because this ghost in my room is chill right now, and I'm trying to keep it that way because it's like I ain't trying to agitate it. But yeah, that's pretty much it until the next video. So if y'all have any suggestions, ideas, y'all can drop them. My daughter and me should be hopefully working on the podcast soon if things are hopefully going well still. By the sounds of it, we're crossing our fingers, hoping everything's okay because she's recovering from her surgery still, but she just said she's leaking from her belly button area. That's where one of the incision sites is. So hopefully everything's okay. Fingers crossed because she had her surgery back in February. So she's still in the mending. She's going to take a while because the fibroid, she had a really big one and another one was growing off of it. And it was inside the wall of in between her uterus and it was like in between the walls. So it was huge and another one was growing like kind of popping out. So it was quite painful for her. So, and now something happened, and so we're trying to make sure everything's okay. So, yeah, don't know. We're just keeping our fingers crossed, and maybe they might need to give her some antibiotic or something. Not sure. Um, my makeup's a little rough. I need to be practicing on my makeup. It's 'cause I did smoky eyeliner on the bottom and Beach Proof by Jeffree Star, the wet eyeliner, and then I did the Jolie eyeshadow palette. But I screwed up on my eyeshadow because I was trying to do like kind of a halo eyeshadow look, and when I put the glitter on top, it kind of made it muddy. But on the camera, it looks good. It looks good on the camera, but in the mirror, it looks like crap. So yeah, about that. But I'm glad it does look good on camera. But in person, it's kind of another topic. So yeah, but we'll leave it at that. Um, let's see. We could do one card pull. That was what I was gonna do. Was one card pull for the night before I go and sign off. Let's put this one out, this one out, and see what the cards tell us. This one is my Beyond Lemura Oracle cards that I bought. And hopefully, I will have some extra money because my girl from Austin has been selling some cards. And I want to get the cards that she has because it's um, a feminine card pack that I want. And I love it when she does a box. So I'm wanting the box because it looks good. I think it's dark feminine one that she's doing, and I really want it. All right, we got. My back hurts. Stepping through, and let's see what it says. Step in and step up all those dreams or projects you have been resisting. Now is the time to start, even if it's just one small element of the bigger picture. No more excuses or tomorrows. Whatever you have been putting off, the universe is now pushing you to make it happen. You may feel a little outside your comfort zone, but that is where the magic is. You may need to plot a course, invent a way through, or take a leap. Break it down, allow the puzzle to come together piece by piece through the courageous act of making a start. And that is the card. And wait, that way. Gotta love it. It's like my camera has bad problems with its eyes. It's like I can't see. I have eye problems. You gotta love it. Like it has problems seeing. It's like I cannot see. I have blurry visions. We did not have a good day. Jose Jalapeno on a stick. Yes, I am listening to Jeb Dunham. Because I could not have music in the background because I would get monetized. Got it. Or demonetized. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go so I could go wash this 1,000 pounds of war paint off my face because I do not feel like having a pat. Well, I want to eat some noodles first. Food, glorious food. All right, guys. I will see y'all on the next one. Until then, we shall meet again if I can get my lucky, lovely mouse to like me and turn on. So, okay, we will do this. We will tab to do this the right way. This thing sucks sometimes, guys. But at least I'm trying. Okay, guys, I will see you on the next one. Bye! Ah, mother humper. Work.